Everyone, Rosie here. You know, we had a little bit of drama on the rancho this week. The well plumbing blew out because I went to change a leaky washer in the bib faucet that comes out to the hose there so Jen can go around and water the plants. And in being a little bit of aggressive in trying to replace that faucet bib, or the faucet part of it, it accidentally snapped away, as I'll show you from the reservoir housing. And this is a 40-gallon holding tank. And I'll describe some of the features of the pump, but this actually holds a reservoir of water and puts it under pressure here, and then it's distributed throughout the rancho. But it lost the connection there. You know, the plastic to metal, PVC to cast iron connection, boop, pop, because I got a little aggressive, you know, trying to break the connection of an old metal pipe and an elbow. Snapped that mofo right off. So, you know, big titty girl Rosie had to drop into the plumbing mode, and we got it resolved. And now I have a better setup than before. It took me a couple days and a couple trips down to get the right stuff. But come on in and I'll show you and discuss a little bit about the well pump and also why it's so important to the rancho. Okay, one of the big issues in California is water, and it's no secret to anybody in the rest of the country. The West in general is generally parched. Okay, Nevada, Arizona, California, there's not a lot of rainfall. And there's not a lot of water, okay? So we always seem to have these drought situations coming. And this year's been particularly bad. Our reservoirs, our rainy season is over, such as it is. Reservoirs are going into summer at only about 50% capacity. So we are stressed. As a result of that, especially over the last few years, the Santa Rosa, Sonoma County Water Agency has raised the rates of water, and so is the city of Santa Rosa, to a very dramatically high level, where if I was going to irrigate this property, the grass out front, all the things on the rancho, the fruit trees, the vegetables we're growing, it would run about $200 to $300 a month just for the water charge, not counting the sewage. So one of the things when I came to the rancho was there was a well reservoir here and a very bad old pump that I managed to rebuild here and get chooching again. Some of the brushes and there were a few windings on the commutator in there, and the armature needed a little bit of work on that for bearings and things. But I got it running great. And what happens now is this draws water on this side from about 22 feet down here, and it fills up this reservoir. And this is really good water here. This is a part of the city that is known to have good water. We don't have a lot of contamination issues. In another part of the city of Santa Rosa, there was a dry cleaner that was spilling all types of benzene and things and contaminated some of the groundwater. So through lawsuits and stuff, they've been forced to clean that up. The reality is, over the last 25 years, so many people in Santa Rosa have gone off of wells and on the city water. I'm one of the few remaining ones in the city that's still lucky enough to have a well that works. And because of that, I have enough groundwater down in the ground here that I can pretty much take care of my watering needs, sometimes luckily through September here. And I don't have to pay a dime to the city of Santa Rosa. I'm drawing on a natural resource. I'm not wasting it, okay? Let's be clear about that. I'm not wasting water here frivolously. I use what Jen and I draw rancho. We don't use this for washing. We don't use this for cooking, but this is very clean water that does well. And remember, when we're making moonshine and distilling, we're taking this up to the boiling point, and all the stuff that's undrinkable stays behind, and the pure alcohols go up the column and be captured as pure as can be. So, having discussed why the well is so important here, I want to come down and show you a few of the features, what used to be here and what's here now. When I first got here, this was in a terrible state, but I managed to cobble enough plumbing together to sort of get it going. But there was always certain things on my wish list that I wish it had. We had the general shut-off valve that cuts off all water coming out from the well, whether it goes to the feed distill inside, which this one goes down and goes through the wall back there to feed distill through that bib outlet in there, or whether it goes here with this faucet so that the Jen can water the plants. Turn that off now. But what it didn't have was a shut-off valve for the rest of the property. This property, in fact, has irrigation lines, and I don't know what the hell is going on with this property has irrigation lines that are running all over the place. All the Ladybanks roses that you see on here are on irrigation lines, and it goes all the way back to the end of the property. The length of a football field here is all on irrigation. All these vegetables that are planted up here, you see water lines running through, they're all on irrigation. The front lawn is on sprinklers driven by the well, and all the bottle brushes and all the plants along here are also driven off this. So there's a lot of things. The hydrangeas here and the hydrangeas over here, and all the flower beds out front are really dependent on having this well chooching good. So when the well went out because of my aggressiveness with the mallet there, trying to break that cast iron connection, that old 1-inch pipe stuff there that was totally welded with rust, this was missing the down leg that could turn off water to the whole property. So I took the opportunity to install a shut-off valve there. That way I don't have to charge water to the rest of the property in winter or in spring when we don't need any irrigation or anything. I can just shut that off and only power the still inside, as well as the whatever water we might wish to take off there. So that was all re-plumbed. You know, it ain't perfect, but it'll probably you know, you get a couple drips here and there, which is pretty common in the new plumbing, so that'll work itself out and resolve. But basically it's a lot better. This thing just used to leak like crazy out here, and now it's all taken care of. And Jen is happy because she doesn't have to worry about the, you know, watering and haul city water to water plants and things. So I'm really happy. It was very convenient for her to just come out here, and she just pops on that hose. It's already on. All she has to do is turn it on, and she's good to go and take water to the property. We use that to wash the dogs too, so it's really nice. And I'm really blessed to have this well, and of course I installed the on-off switch too, so it wouldn't run constantly in case I ever had a leak, which, you know, I've had before. Those of you that were on the channel before saw me out there digging and plugging leaks, and I'll probably upload an old video, the old days, to just remind you guys again of what happened. But thanks so much for being with me today. I thought you might enjoy this well update. So things keep chooching along on the rancho, and as usual, Jen and I are blessed to have you along.